Perspective. Today, as you can see, I'm shooting a video in a car. I don't usually do that, but it just occurred to me when I was driving for some fuel that I hadn't done my video today. And since I've got a gorilla pod with me, a tripod, never leave home without one these days, just in case there's a video to shoot. Ideal opportunity while there's a queue, just to pull in the car park and just talk about what I feel has come up today, and that's perspective. And the reason why I've been thinking about that today is because my son Sam, it's nearly a year since he was performing in the West End on a London stage through his drama academy. It's something they do to give them real life experience, and it was fantastic. And I remember being so nervous for him. I was nervous for him all day. He was in rehearsals all day at the theatre, but obviously up to that point. Me and Joy were in London walking around. I remember just getting nervous, and when the time came, I was waiting for him to come on the stage. I've never felt so nervous. I don't think I had been for so long. And that was the thing, perspective. I was thinking, I wonder how nervous Sam is. And he had the time of his life. It was amazing to watch. Still gives us goosebumps. Still quite hard to believe. I was just looking at one of the photos of him performing on the stage today. And I got us thinking about perspective and how I was nervous, he was excited. Two sides of the same coin, really. And then I got us thinking about other things. About how two people can look at exactly the same thing and see two completely different things, or have completely different perspectives, judgments, opinions of what they're seeing. And the thing is, there's no good or bad. There's no right or wrong. It's just the judgments or thoughts we have around something based on our past conditioning, our past thoughts, our beliefs that we choose to believe. One thing I always look at now is if I'm looking at something in a negative way or something from a fear-sponsored thought. Keep doing the circle, don't I? Then I look at a way of flipping it, because it's very easy to suck yourself down into a void of negativity. And again, positive and negative. It's just a perspective. It's just there is no positive or negative. It's just the story you create, or the story you hold around it. But I always look at, if something isn't serving me, then it's not something I want to continue. So I look at things that do serve me. And sometimes I get that wrong, or sometimes I get stuck in that. But at the end of the day, I'll step back, 30,000 foot view. What's this perspective here? How can I turn this around? How can I flip it to something that can actually serve me? And there's always times where you feel, that you don't want to do something, or you're sick of something, or you're somewhere that you don't want to be, or there's a delay. I've been in airports being delayed for hours, and you could create that story of, I'm sick of this, and you're pissed off because you're marooned, or you're stranded somewhere where you don't want to be, because you just want to be home, or you just want to be at the destination. But let's think about the journey here. You could look at that for sure, or you could flip that around and change your perspective and think, okay, I've got 3 or 4 hours of uninterrupted time here. What can I do? I could read a book. I could create something. I could do something in a positive way that does serve me. So every time I'm looking at a perspective that I feel isn't serving me, I look at how I can change it, how I can flip it so it does serve me. And so when I look at my son Sam, the reason why the whole talk about perspective is the fact that he goes to Pauline Academy's Performing Arts in Newcastle. For a long time I just thought, me and Joy had been thinking, well, what's he really doing there? He doesn't seem to be doing anything, exciting things. Just for me, it felt like he was just using it as a youth club to meet with his mates, because you never get anything out of him. Typical lad. I see him everywhere at school as well. And then when he gets in the car, when we picked him up last night, he just announces, just out of nowhere, driving along, oh, I've put myself into audition. I said, oh, what? Oh, the new play we're doing, the new performance we're doing at the Tyne Theatre and Opera House in Newcastle, which is the next big production that they're going to do, with their groups are going to do. And he says, oh, people can put in for dancing and singing and acting or like speaking parts. He says, so I put myself in for a singing part. It's like, what? Sam, you just showed no interest in this whatsoever. Not to that degree anyway. He likes being part of it. But he's always shied away from that. And I thought, wow, out of left field for me, my perspective. But for him, maybe it's just something he's been mulling over for a while and he's just decided to do it. And what I thought had got nothing to do with him. Whatever I thought made no difference. It shouldn't have any effect or on him at all. So that's why I've been thinking about perspective. Everything I think, if it doesn't serve me, how does it serve me? If I have a judgement, which I did on my son, I'm judging myself. So then I get to turn inside, I get to go inside, I get to think about what that actually means for me. And then I can turn around to something that see how it can serve me, or I can discard it because it's not important. So there we have it. Cues down, time for fuel. Hope that's some fuel for you guys. Thanks for watching. Until tomorrow. See you later.